Hello, magical butterflies. This is Xtina from ButterflyIntuition Divine Guidance. Hope you are having a magical day, night, or afternoon. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today, I will be bringing you the part 5 in the Twin Flame Healing series. Part 5 is about divine timing. Trusting in divine timing is one of the biggest struggles on the twin flame journey. Divine timing teaches you patience, trust, and believing. In this video, I will go over in detail how to truly trust in divine timing. Divine timing is a belief system, so you must truly believe it when you say it, and it has to be said every day, because there are many ups and downs on the twin flame journey. One day you are going to be up, believing and trusting and knowing your twin flame is going to come back. And then the next day you're down. You're frustrated. You're ready to give up. Now, of course, having these ups and downs is not a bad thing because every twin flame goes through it. Learning to completely trust in divine timing will set you free and help you detach. Of course, the choice is entirely up to you on the direction you go on your own personal journey of self, as well with your twin flame. This is going to be a general collective reading for twin flames, divine masculine and divine feminine. So please use your own discernment when listening and watching this video. Please only take what resonates in your twin flame connection and leave the rest behind. The way you will know if something resonates with you, you'll feel like I'm speaking directly to you. And just so you know, when I channel for divine masculine and divine feminine, I refer to the masculine as he, the feminine as she, because it is energy. A masculine and a feminine can be a man or a woman, so take it as it applies in your connection. Let's start off with the Twin Flame Shadows Oracle by Mystic Moon to get into what is keeping your connection blocked from truly trusting in divine timing. What needs to be worked on? Dependent. You're very dependent on how this connection is going to come about. Perhaps you get personal readings or you listen to a lot of general readings and you're hearing the same message over and over again that your twin flame is coming, your twin flame is coming, but you are not seeing anything in the physical. That is because you are too dependent on those general readings, looking into your situation in any way you see fit, and that actually will self-sabotage your connection and keep your connection from moving forward. Getting out of this dependent energy will really help you trust in divine timing. You will stop looking at their social media, finding ways to look at their social media if they blocked you, reaching out to them and then getting upset when they don't respond, whether it's through a phone call, phone message, text message, email, social media message. Whatever this dependent energy is keeping you from truly believing in divine timing, because even though you know it's going to happen or you feel intuitively, it is going to happen. What you're doing by being overly focused on your twin flame, how this connection is going to come about, not listening to your guidance, not doing the work, you're not letting divine timing take a play, because what you're doing is telling the universe, I want it to happen now. This is what I want, and I want it now. And that's not going to happen because you can't control an outcome. If you and your twin flame are meant to come together in this lifetime, you will. Trust it. Trust in divine timing. Let's get a clarifier for this. Deck I'll be using for that is Dark Night of the Soul Tarot by Mystic Moon Oracles. High Priestess, Wicked Ways. So you're in the High Priestess energy, but you're using that energy to be in this dependent energy that is just keeping the focus solely on your twin flame, not on you, not what you need to do, and you're keeping it stuck. And so what you need to look at, what exactly is keeping you dependent? So for a lot of twin flames, and I can speak from experience because I used to do this, I used to go from reading to reading to reading on Instagram and YouTube, hearing the same message over and over again because they all resonated with me. They were all picking up on my situation. And for almost a year, I could not figure out why nothing changed in my twin flame connection, because I was not listening to my intuition. I was not listening to my guidance, and I was completely dependent on hearing something that I intuitively knew but couldn't trust because I wanted it to happen now. Because patience was the biggest thing that I struggled with on the twin flame journey. So part 4, if you haven't listened to it, I did speak about patience, and that will help you. The next energy that will keep you from trusting in divine timing is being in faithless, meaning having no faith that this situation is going to come about. So when you don't trust in divine timing, you don't have faith, you don't believe, and you don't think this will ever change. You have to have faith. You have to trust in divine timing. You have to trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. And you need to get out of the 9 of decay alienation energy, because what you're doing is you're refusing to close this cycle in not believing and trusting your intuition, listening to your ego, because the ego is where the no faith comes in, not believing, doubting, having fear, listening to that narrative of obsessive thinking that just doesn't work for you anymore. So trust your intuition and stop alienating yourself and your twin flame connection from closing this cycle, so you can start a new cycle where you start really getting on your path and you really start listening to your intuition. Next energy is repelled. If you are in denial, not trusting in divine timing, getting frustrated with your twin flame, you are sending that energy to your twin flame and you are repelling them from coming forward to you, because you are self-sabotaged by listening to the ego, not trusting in divine timing, not having faith, being too dependent, trying to figure out how, when, and where everything is going to come about. You're in the judgment energy, an eye for an eye. Perhaps your twin flame did something to hurt you and you haven't completely healed from what happened. Maybe you think you did, but the remnants of that energy is still there. It's fine, because that happens in every situation in life. Sometimes you think you're done with a situation, you've cleared it, you've forgiven, you've forgotten, and then poof, it comes up, usually around a full moon. So you probably have been shown something in your twin flame connection that needs to be released. Don't get into the eye for an eye energy, because that doesn't solve nothing. And that keeps you in that repelled energy where you repel this twin flame connection from coming forward, as well as going into the next cycle. Last message from these 2 decks is insecure. When you have a twin flame connection where your twin flame chose to go in another direction, they could be with a karmic, they could be with a soulmate, whatever it is, you get into that insecure energy because you feel like, why did my twin leave? Why am I not good enough? All these things, you start beating yourself up. And that's your ego coming in with these insecure fears. You're in the lover's energy because you love your person, but you're in that carnal thirst where you're so insecure that you will do anything to have them in your life. And that's when you might find yourself being in and out, hot and cold with them. Maybe they come in, you guys have sex, and then they leave. It's because you're giving in to that insecure energy because you want to be with them so bad, and you're not trusting that this connection will unfold and transform into what it's supposed to once your twin flame learns the lesson. So if you're repeating a cycle over and over again, maybe having the same thing happen over and over again, whether it's having sex or the way that the 2 of you communicate, hot and cold energy, in and out, whatever it is, it's because this carnal thirst energy needs to be released. It needs to transform from insecure to secure. When you're secure, you're detached from outcomes, expectations, timelines. You trust in divine timing. You have faith that if you and your twin flame are meant to come together, you will. You will be shown signs and synchronicities. You will truly believe it in your soul, in your heart, and you know it will come about when it's time, because you understand that you and your twin have things to work on, and you both have to make the free will decision to come back together. Next part of this reading is going to be channeled messages from your twin flame's higher self to you. The deck I'm going to be using is In the Shadows Oracle cards. So these messages are going to be a little dark, a little bit shadowy, but they're for twin flame connections that have twin flames going through a dark night of the soul. I tell myself you don't mean that much. So if your twin flame ghosted you, they lie to themselves that you don't mean that much to them, when in actuality you really do. I don't really know you. Now this is for twin flames who have a love at first sight connection where they really don't know each other because they never got the opportunity to get to know them. This is something your twin flame is saying, I don't understand how I can have feelings for this person when I don't know them, when I don't really know who they are. But you do know them because you two are a mirror to the soul. I focused on you instead of my grief. Now this is for the twin flame who kept the focus solely on the twin flame, not trusting in divine timing, and didn't look at their shadow side and do the work. If that's you, that's okay. Everyone goes through it. You're not alone. I went through it myself. You can get over it. If you put the focus on yourself and you heal yourself and get over the grief, you forgive. Now remember, forgiving doesn't mean you're excusing the behavior or forgetting what happened. You're freeing yourself from being stuck. And the last message is we are not right for each other. So your twin flame tells himself or herself that you two are not meant for each other, that you're not right together. And that is just a narrative that your twin flame tells themselves because they are terribly afraid to feel what they feel in this connection. So your twin flame will come to the realization in time. They will continue to ignore it until spirit shows them over and over again that you are the person for them. But at the end of the day, it is their free will decision to recognize it and to admit it and to want to work towards a reunion with you. I'm going to close out this reading with some surrender guidance messages for you from the Power of Surrender deck. My guides really wanted me to pull this card, so I pulled this card out of the deck after I shuffled. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So surrendering to divine timing, surrendering to just knowing that time is an illusion, because time does not exist in the spiritual realm. There's no such thing as a clock. And just know that when you want something to happen now and you have an attachment to an outcome, a timeline, and having an expectation, that's just your ego coming in, telling you you have to have it now. But if you're detached from your ego, you're attached to your intuition, and you're not listening to the ego, and you don't care about when something's going to happen, how it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, you don't have an expectation, you just know that whatever's meant for you is going to happen, and you don't have an attachment to a timeline, then you shift out of that energy. Surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. This is telling me surrender whatever fear you have, whatever fear your ego is telling you. Just know that if you surrender your fear and surrender your ego, you free yourself from listening to that obsessive thinking narrative. I did put out a video a few months ago about obsessive thinking, and I will link that below. If you have not watched it, it will help you. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So surrender to the non-action that is happening in your twin flame connection. If your twin flame is not coming forward, it just means it is not the right time. They are not ready, which means you are not ready, because you both are a mirror to each other's soul. And your last surrender message is surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your own power and soar in your life. So whatever beliefs you thought about yourself, you're coming to the realization that they don't resonate with you anymore. Surrender them, release them. Just embrace who you are becoming. Take your power back and live your true, authentic self. I have some channeled messages that I was sent to Spirit. That was Spirit sent to me through my angel apps that I have on my phone. The first message is, just as you do not follow the waiter once you have placed your food order, you do not need to constantly check in with your angels to ensure your manifestation is coming true. So look at your twin flame connection as when you order food at a restaurant. You don't follow the waiter to the kitchen where they place the order. You don't go in the kitchen and stand over the stove while the cook cooks your food. You sit at your table and you enjoy the ambiance of the restaurant you're at, having a drink, eating an appetizer, some bread, salad, whatever it is, and you trust that your waiter is going to bring you your food. Spirit sent me this message to look at your twin flame journey as that. Once you place your order with your twin flame connection, you don't have to follow the angels every step that they go behind the scenes to know exactly what's going on. When you trust in divine timing, you truly trust that what is meant for you is going to manifest into your life. The next message is, describe on paper how you want your relationship to feel and look. This is a great exercise to do, to write on paper how you would like this relationship with your twin flame to look and feel if the two of you come together, or when the two of you come together. Because not every twin flame couple is going to come together in this lifetime, because some twin flames choose to go in another direction. And I have an affirmation for you that came to me. I trust in the flow of my connection and know whatever is meant for me will never pass me by. If you start reciting this affirmation, you will bring your twin flame connection into a new level, because you will start trusting in divine timing. I hope that this reading brought you clarity and guidance on divine timing and helping you get through this if you're struggling with it on the twin flame journey. If you are resonating with it, I am going to be doing an extended reading on my Patreon. It's going to be guidance on divine timing healing for both divine masculine and divine feminine. My Patreon link is below. It is a monthly subscription. It starts as low as $5.55. It's 3 tier levels. Each tier level comes with their own personal guidance reading each month. I do giveaways, I do exclusive content, and you will have access to all of my extended readings if you're interested. If not, I hope this reading helped you, and I look forward to talking with you on my next video. Wishing you a beautiful and magical day. Sending you love and light. Bye.